Galaxies are rarely born alone. Usually they come in clusters. Sometimes they interact. A larger galaxy may cannibalize a smaller one, gaining new material to feed its black hole. The black hole attracts the gas and stars of the smaller galaxy. The infalling material joins the rotating disk, heating it still further. The material that feeds the jets is ejected at nearly the speed of light. The black hole and its disk have become the most powerful cosmic engine in the universe.
Sarò lì.
Saranno pane quotidiano.
Dio, che orrore, non farmi ci pensare, guarda. Una piccola schifettina. Però noi le uniche informazioni...
So far, the observation has gone well. But now, with 4 more hours to go, a slow-moving storm is spreading rain over northern Europe, affecting the telescopes in Germany and Sweden.
This is when we did a check to make sure we were on NGC 1275. We do a cross-scan procedure whereby we just drive across the source and we hope that the source peaks up in the middle. Well, it more or less does here. This is the characteristic response you get when you drive across the source. And you'll see here that the output level went off scale because there was rain.
Okay, I just thought I'd mention that, just to be sure. Okay. Okay, well, if you can't... Okay, thanks anyway. Bye. Okay, the weather wasn't very good then. And I didn't have time to make some of the calibration measurements they would like, but... that's okay. That was Sweden, yeah. Yeah.
This experiment is a rare opportunity. It offers the best chance to explore the power source of 1275. Astronomers believe it may also help explain the far more distant and powerful quasars.
Quasars are very interesting objects since, on the one hand, they are the most distant objects in the universe we know, which also means that they were produced very long time ago. And the very fact that we see them here on Earth means that they have to be enormously powerful. And in fact, they are the most powerful objects in the whole universe we know of. This is VLBI observations of quasars. Look at these marvelous jets here. You see we have regions here shown in different colors of different temperature, of different energy. This proves that we have a source of very intense radiation, and from theoretical considerations you can show that it has to be gravitational energy, something like a black hole, a supermassive object, since the efficiency of nuclear processes is not sufficient to produce that sort of energy.
Astronomers seeking to understand quasars found an easier target in 1275. The galaxy is relatively nearby and has a quasar-like heart. The first VLBI maps of 1275 revealed an immense radio-emitting region surrounding the core. It was the core that most intrigued astronomers. The investigations probed more deeply, showing greater and greater detail. Increased magnification revealed a complex and chaotic structure. Then Reedhead and Venturi, together with colleagues from Berkeley, made a sequence of maps. It became clear that there was a stable, unchanged region to the north. This is where Conway is aiming his search. If a black hole exists, it will be found here.
It's nearly over now. Posso togliere il nastrino? Grazie.
Time is up. With the observation over, the team can finally rest. At each site, the data has been recorded on ordinary videotapes. These tapes will be sent to Conway to begin the key phase in the process.
Okay, that's good. I just a bit worried about that. Okay. Great. It's finished.
Stop the tape.
Okay, stop the tape. Stop. Okay. Okay, good.
Conway will analyze the tapes at Caltech to discover whether he has the data to continue. The analysis will take weeks, but it could create a new map from which a new theory could emerge.
There's not much point in just observing things if you don't try to interpret them. In fact, the main joy of the whole enterprise comes in the interpretation. It's a lot of work to make these observations. When you've finally got a map and you can sit down and try to interpret it, that's the payoff. Science actually involves not only just a lot of cerebral thinking, but there's a lot of practical aspects of science as well. And you really have to keep your feet firmly on the ground if you're going to make any worthwhile contribution to science.
Reedhead is like many scientists who have made their mark. He finds much of his time is taken up by paperwork. He must search for funds, write proposals, and serve on committees.
The administration is something that none of us really wants to do, but it's the price that we have to pay for being able to do science. And obviously when I was a graduate student and when I was a postdoc, there were other people who were paying this price so that I could spend most of my time doing research. And of course, as one gets into a role where you have to do some of the administration oneself, we try to keep it to a minimum, but we can't avoid it entirely. And but there is also a positive side of it, which is that you tend to end up interacting with more people. But given a free choice, I would much prefer to spend 100% of my time actually doing research as I was when I was a postdoc. When John first came into the group, I made a number of suggestions of things that I thought he might work on, and certainly that I would have liked him to work on, and some of them he was quite interested in, and some he wasn't. I realized that there was this work that he'd done, obviously, for his PhD, which could be applied to this object, NGC 1275, that Tiziano and I had been mapping. And of course I suggested that to him, and he took off. I mean, there was no holding him back. I'm sure that I was very much the same as what John is now. When I came to Caltech as a postdoc in 1974, I was looking then for exciting new possibilities in very long baseline interferometry, and I was very fortunate that there were such possibilities. We made some exciting observations then. There is a little tug. Here's this project. You've done all this work. Now, do you want to hand the project over? Now, of course, you have to do that sort of thing, because in this case, there's a brand new technique which could best be exploited on this object. But the only person who's around who's going to put the effort in and make that technique work is obviously John.